Sebagai perempuan, membuat pilihan seringkali menjadi tantangan tersendiri. Seringkali muncul pertanyaan, mau bekerja atau jadi ibu rumah tangga? Seolah dua pilihan ini saling meniadakan. Bekerja dianggap melawan kodrat, menjadi ibu rumah tangga dianggap menyia-nyiakan bakat. Dilema ini uniknya hanya dialami oleh perempuan. Kapan terakhir kali kita mendengar seorang pria ditanya mau jadi ayah yang baik atau fokus berkarir? Di abad ke-21 ini, perempuan bekerja bukan lagi hal yang aneh. Ada yang bekerja untuk membantu ekonomi keluarga, ada yang merasa hidupnya lebih bermakna ketika bisa berkarya. Ada pula yang menjadi tulang punggung keluarga sepenuhnya. Namun, tidak sedikit pula yang masih terjebak dalam doktrin bahwa Islam melarang perempuan bekerja, bahwa setelah menikah, keputusan bekerja ada sepenuhnya di tangan suami. Apakah benar demikian? Mari kita lihat dari sisi hukum negara terlebih dahulu. Konstitusi Indonesia melalui pasal 27 dan 33 Undang-Undang Dasar 1945 menjamin persamaan hak seluruh warga negara, termasuk perempuan, untuk bekerja dan memperoleh penghidupan yang layak. Bahkan, Instruksi Presiden Nomor 9 Tahun 2000 tentang pengarusutamaan gender dengan tegas menyatakan perempuan berhak mendapatkan kesempatan dan perlakuan yang adil dalam kehidupan berbangsa dan bernegara. Undang-undang Ketenagakerjaan, Perlindungan Upah, hingga Peraturan Kerja Malam, semua memberi ruang aman dan layak bagi perempuan untuk berkontribusi di dunia kerja. Hak perempuan juga ditegaskan dalam konvensi internasional seperti CEDAW yang telah diratifikasi oleh Indonesia. Lalu, bagaimana Islam memandang hal ini? Dalam sejarah Islam, perempuan bekerja bukanlah hal asing. Khadijah radhiyallahu anha adalah saudagar perempuan sukses. Ia berdagang lintas kota, bahkan lintas negara. Aisyah radhiyallahu anha, istri Rasulullah, adalah cendekiawan besar yang menjadi guru banyak sahabat. Zainab, istri Abdullah bin Mas'ud, bekerja untuk mencukupi kebutuhan keluarga dan bertanya langsung kepada Rasulullah. Dan Rasul menjawab bahwa nafkah yang ia berikan akan menjadi pahala. Ini membuktikan perempuan bekerja tak hanya dibolehkan, tapi juga diberi apresiasi oleh Islam selama memenuhi nilai-nilai syariat. Lalu, bagaimana fatwa-fatwa ulama menanggapi hal ini? Fatwa MUI tahun 2000 membolehkan perempuan bekerja keluar daerah, bahkan keluar negeri, selama didampingi mahram atau lembaga yang terpercaya. Kemudian, Majelis Tarjih Muhammadiyah bahkan menegaskan tidak ada dalil yang melarang perempuan menjadi pemimpin publik, seperti camat, lurah, atau direktur. Artinya, bekerja bagi perempuan bukan hal terlarang, selama sesuai koridor agama. Ulama kontemporer pun menyuarakan hal serupa. Profesor Hurai Shihab mengatakan, perempuan boleh bekerja jika ia membutuhkan atau jika masyarakat membutuhkan keahliannya, selama menjaga kehormatan dan tidak melanggar syariat.
Berarti artinya pertanyaan yang sama, perempuan boleh bekerja, itu juga jawabannya ya?
Boleh bekerja selama pekerjaan dibutuhkannya atau selama pekerjaan dia butuhkan atau pekerjaan itu membutuhkannya. Seorang bidan kalau perlu bekerja, dia boleh bekerja sebagai bidan. Kalau dia kaya raya tapi ada orang yang akan melahirkan, sedangkan tidak ada bidan di sampingnya, maka dia wajib untuk bekerja sebagai bidan untuk membantu dia. Di sini pekerjaan membutuhkan dia.
Jadi asal dibutuhkan dan juga kemudian dia membutuhkan.
Dia membutuhkan tentu dengan memelihara kehormatan, dengan memelihara jangan sampai dia menjadi penyebab terhadap terjadinya pelanggaran agama atau budaya.
Oke.
Syekh Asim Al-Hakim menegaskan Islam tidak melarang perempuan menjadi dokter, insinyur, akuntan, atau apapun yang mereka inginkan selama sesuai ajaran Islam.
Nothing in Islam prevents a woman from pursuing her studies. She could be a doctor, she could be an engineer, she could be an accountant, she could be anything that she wants to be, providing that the Islamic guidelines are followed. What do you mean? Well, first of all, we know that women are not supposed to study in mixed places. They're not supposed to work cases, because in the salat, the Prophet told us ﷺ, that the worst rows of men are the last, and the worst rows of women are the first. So even in prayer, in the masjid, in the house of Allah, house of worship, they have to be segregated. And the further they are from one another is the best in their reward. So how would you classify studying in a mixed environment and working in a mixed environment, staying with a non-mahram for 8 hours, and maybe chit-chatting, maybe taking off the hijab, maybe flirting, maybe praising one another? Of course, this is un-Islamic. But sometimes, if a woman is abiding by the hijab, staying away from other students, studying what is essential for the ummah, such as medicine, we need medical doctors, especially female doctors, to treat our women, our wives and sisters and mothers. If she abides by these conditions, then this is halal and permissible. However, staying at home is also something that Islam recommends. As Allah mentioned in chapter 33, verse 33, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ, remain in your homes, because this is best for the whole community. When a woman stays home, takes care of her family, of her children, of her husband, of her parents, whatever she is supposed to take care of, rather than going out 8 to 10 hours, mixing with men, and neglecting her duties. Who will take care of the children and the house? The maid. And the maid will take care of the husband. And then we know what happens afterwards. This imbalance causes a lot of chaos and disturbance in the community. And this is why there's nothing wrong in a woman studying to achieve her goals, providing that her goals do not go against the Islamic teachings. A woman says, I'd like to be a civil engineer. Sister, if you become a civil engineer, this means that you have to go to projects, and you have to work on site. No hijab can help you do that. You have to communicate with laborers, you have to communicate with men and order them and shout at them. And this is totally against Islam. She says, I want to become a judge. You cannot become a judge and talk to men and meet with men and sometimes be in seclusion with men. This defies the purpose of hijab. But yes, becoming anything else that is within the boundaries of Islam for a woman to work, there is nothing wrong in that.
Dr. Zakir Naik menyatakan bahwa nafkah memang tanggung jawab laki-laki, tapi dalam kondisi tertentu, perempuan boleh bekerja asal tetap dalam batasan syariat.
Can a woman work in Islam? And if yes, under what condition? First, you should realize that the financial obligation in a family is laid on the shoulder of the man. Before a woman is married, it's the duty of the father and the brother. And after she's married, it's the duty of the husband and the son to look after her boarding, lodging, clothing, and all financial aspects. She is financially more secured than the male. So a woman in Islam need not work. She does not have to work for a living. Someone else, that is the male in the family, looks after her financial aspect. But if there is any problem in the family where both the ends don't meet, she can work. Not that she has to work. No one can force her to work. But if she wishes out of free will, she can work. But natural, the work she does should be within the purview of the Islamic Sharia. There is no text in the Holy Quran saying that a woman cannot do any lawful work. The work that she does should be within the purview of the Islamic Sharia. But natural, she should have the Islamic hijab, she should be modestly dressed up, and there should not be intermingling of the sexes. If she's working in any area, the best is preferable that there should be segregation of the sexes. Segregation of the sexes. Like if there is a factory which has different places of work for men and for the women, that's very good, alhamdulillah. If they're working in a common place, there should be a level of hijab. That unnecessary talking should not be there. Unnecessary talking. And she should be in a modesty level. The way she behaves, she should wear the Islamic hijab. That's very much required. Otherwise, she can work at home also. She can do pottery, she can do weaving, she can do knitting. She can even work in factories, as I said, following the Islamic Sharia. She can also do business. The best businesswoman at the time of the Prophet was his wife, Bibi Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her. She was a very successful businesswoman. In today's age, if a woman wants to do business, she can do business. Preferable if she does it through her husband, or a son, or a father, or a brother. She should maintain the Islamic hijab. And whatever she earns, she need not spend a single pie on her family or even on herself. She can invest that full amount if she wants. If she wants to willingly spend on the family, she has the right. And if she doesn't want to work, even if the family is poor, no one can force her. It's the duty of the husband to look after her lodging, boarding, and all financial aspects. We require in today's age that some of our sisters should become doctors, should become gynecologists, should become teachers. Because if I want my wife, that when she goes to a doctor, I prefer that she should go to a female doctor, then why don't we make our sisters the doctors? We don't want to make our women folks educated, but we want our wives to go to a lady doctor. It's hypocrisy. So, but natural work is allowed, but within the Islamic Sharia. Hope that answers the question.
Dr. Haifa Yunis menjelaskan bahwa yang utama bukan di dalam atau di luar rumah, tapi apakah pekerjaannya halal, tidak menelantarkan keluarga, dan menjaga batasan interaksi.
Can the woman work outside the house? There's no yes and no. There is, I need more. Meaning, what kind of a job? What kind of a job? So, number one, what kind of a job? If the job is haram, the answer is no right away. I'm assuming the job is halal. Is the job is halal, but inside that job, and by the way, this applies to men and women, up till now, inside that job there is haram, and there's specific things for a woman that's haram. Right? My dress code, my interaction, my way of saying things, doing things, all these. 3, is by me going and working, is it affecting negatively my children? Negatively? That's something only the woman and her husband can decide. Because there isn't one size fits all. I have seen physicians very successful, mashallah, tabarakallah, with children. And I have seen women opted not to work. Physicians stayed home, took care of her children. That's her choice. She said, these to me, I want to give them everything I have. That's her choice. So, women working outside the house is not categorically halal or categorically haram. It depends.
Fatwa-fatwa di atas termasuk ke dalam fungsi takyidi yang menguatkan hukum yang sudah ada dalam Islam. Dari sisi gerakan feminisme, isu ini pun menjadi hal penting. Feminisme memperjuangkan kesetaraan akses antara laki-laki dan perempuan dalam pendidikan, pekerjaan, hingga partisipasi politik. Bukan untuk menyeragamkan, tapi agar setiap orang, termasuk perempuan, punya kebebasan memilih dan hak yang setara. Jadi, bolehkah perempuan bekerja? Jawabannya boleh, selama pekerjaan itu halal, tidak menelantarkan tanggung jawab utama, dan dilakukan dengan niat yang baik. Perempuan pun punya hak penuh untuk bekerja. Sebaiknya, jika memilih untuk tidak bekerja dan fokus di rumah, itu pun pilihan yang sah dan terhormat. Karena pekerjaan domestik adalah tanggung jawab bersama, bukan hanya beban perempuan. Perempuan bukan sekedar pelengkap, ia adalah subjek kehidupan. Ia bisa menjadi penopang rumah sekaligus cahaya bagi dunia. Mari berhenti membatasi perempuan dengan dogma sempit, biarkan mereka memilih karena pilihan yang diambil dengan kesadaran, itulah jalan menuju kemuliaan.